That's what commonwealth means, common good, from the word commonweal, going back 123 years, formed during the Progressive Era in San Francisco, to bring together citizens and professionals from many walks of life to learn from each other, discuss, debate issues respectfully. It's one of the few spaces that exist these days to do that, respectful disagreement and discussion, learning from one another, and trying to figure out solutions to public policy problems at the local, state, regional, national, and global levels.
As Secretary of Defense, the most awesome responsibility I had was to deploy our young men and women into harm's way. What I learned from the very beginning is you don't deploy people into harm's way unless you have a clear objective, unless you have a strategy for how you achieve that objective, and what you need in addition to all of that is an end game. When do you get the hell out and allow our forces to come back home? But this president doesn't, the basic foundation for his second term is not based on experience, it's not based on knowledge, it's not based on having very bright advisors who know what the hell they're talking about. How the hell can you decide to attack Iran without understanding that one of the things that can happen is closing the Straits of Hormuz? And that's the problem, is we're operating by Trump's seat of the pants. And I don't know to this day whether he really has put his arms around what is the objective. He has no understanding of foreign policy, no understanding of national security. I mean, Putin has him wrapped around his finger. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. It's not going to happen. This president kind of hopes that if he talks loud enough and bullies enough, that somehow he'll get what he wants. That's what bullies do. And Trump is nervous because he knows damn well he may very well have to put in place some of the things that were in the Obama agreement that he's been tearing the hell out of. You cannot bomb your way to regime change. We've learned that. We tried it in Vietnam, didn't work. We tried it in other countries as well, doesn't work. What you need to do is it has to happen from the bottom up. And that's where you have to go if you really ultimately want to produce the ingredients for regime change. There are ways to do this, but I fear right now that this is not about thinking about the future. It's thinking about what's in Trump's interest at the moment. And that's not a good way to develop foreign policy. You want to know what I believe is the worst national security threat? It's the dysfunction in Washington. Last year, after 20 years we've been taking that poll, for the first time, a majority of young people said they were not going to be able to enjoy the American dream. That is a tragic legacy in our 250th anniversary of the American Revolution, to have young people think that they're not going to be able to have that dream. That's a wake-up call. I really do believe that what we need in this country badly is a national service system that puts young people, I mean, whether they work in conservation, or whether they work in education, or whether they work in healthcare, or whether they work in the military, the ability to serve this country for 2 years, and then, rather than having them borrow the hell out of their life by going to college, provide a GI Bill of Rights that gives them the opportunity to advance their education. As a result, we could have that kind of country. But we could also be a country in decline. Could also be a country in decline. If we allow our fears and our hates and our divisions to eat us up the way we are today, if we engage in wars that do not have an objective, Britain went through that. and the empire is not there. We'll go the way of past empires. And I think that's a real possibility. There isn't anything that's a better reward. You know, it's not the name on the door, it's not power, it's certainly not money. It's being able to improve the lives of your fellow citizens. And we've got to inspire young people to believe that they can make a better world.